I admit, I went a little overboard. But what do you want me to say? I guess I got a little carried away, as usual when it comes to seeds. So the question here really is, are you ready? Because I am. So if you are ready too, what on earth are we waiting for? Let's get this first seeding frenzy party of the year started, right after I have welcomed you back to the Toxandria Homestead today, where our goal is to set up an urban homestead in the middle of the city on less than a quarter acre of dirt. Yes, you heard that correct. Not soil, but just plain dirt. And become as self-sustainable as an urban homestead can become on this very limited space. We're including everything from growing herbs, fruits and vegetables both indoors and outdoors, as well as in a greenhouse, to breeding chickens, rabbits, worms, you name it, all for a steady egg, meat, protein and pelt supply. On top of that, we try to incorporate the biodynamic way of gardening as well as the Korean natural farming method, but also a plain and simple compost and rainwater approach, just to find out which one of these methods will prove best in the long run. Along the way, we share everything with you. The good, the bad, the ugly and the really ugly, so you can learn and grow together with us, and we both can reap the benefits of this adventure. So, if all of this sounds like a journey that you want to be a part of, what are you waiting for? Just hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you will be notified every time we upload a new video. Just a small note here. Although our uploading schedule might not be on set times but rather as it fits into our lives, this is real life, you see, not a pre-scripted soap opera. We do want to make up for this small inconvenience by being present for you down below in the comment section for about roughly an hour every time we publish a new vlog. We're looking forward to meeting you there right after this video has aired. Alright, that will be enough chickens taking hold of the screen for today. It is time to move your butt so we can get into the business of the day, namely the first seeding frenzy party of the year. And, as promised by me and long awaited by you, I will kindly introduce you to each and every participant that had the privilege to attend said party. Our first attendee, how else could it be, a golden cherry tomato. As you might notice, this is not an heirloom but an F1, which simply implies that it's a cross between some tomato varieties, and although these seeds will produce exactly what is shown here on the package, if I would keep some of the seeds of these fruits and sow them next year, I might be in for a surprise, because those seeds will not produce true to type. Now, does this bother me? Yes and no. Yes, because I want to keep the seeds from my fruits and herbs and vegetables to be able to sow them next year. Because not only is it fun to use the seeds one has collected during the year, but obviously it is also a lot easier on the wallet. But the seeds I will collect from these tomatoes, and yes, I will collect some of those even though they are an F1, I just like the surprise I will get next year. I will obviously mention this on the seed package, so I know in advance that sowing these will be somewhat of an experiment, and I will not be sure of the outcome, if there will be an outcome, that is. But I like experiments. It's a way of spicing up your garden practices a bit. So, what don't I like about these F1 seeds? Well, the fact that they are not the heirloom seeds that I intended to sow in the first place. But that issue I will cover in one of my next vlogs. As for now, I'm just still too angry. Not with Baker Creek heirloom seeds, where I originally intended to order my heirloom seeds from, but with the European Union and its continuing attack on one's personal freedoms. But I've already said too much here, and we're in a party mood, right? So let's continue on that tune with our second attendee on the first seeding frenzy party of the year, and that are the peas. Serpet de Malines is the name. Once again, not an heirloom as far as I know. And although I bought the package right here in Belgium, the seeds were packaged in Portugal. Third in line, we have one of my favorite vegetables, and that is the kohlrabi. This one, however, is new to me. I bought it last time we went shopping in Germany. It's by a company called Spurly, which is new to me. And what I really like about this variety is its color. As it states on the package, bluish violet on the outside and white on the inside. Bluish violet. I like the sound of that, so that's one I am really looking forward to. Next is not one but 3 varieties in a package. 3 different cherry tomatoes, that is in an orange, red and yellow color, namely the yellow mini plum, the Nugget F1 and the Sun Grape F1. So these 3 hopefully will be a colorful addition to our summer salad plates. Next up we have the Piri Piri Pepper Vesuvio F1. We have sown this last year. I still have some of them in the freezer. Wait, I'll show you them so you can see. Now, these are hot, so I use them like in winter chicken soup. Just one, because I don't like it when the spiciness takes over all the other flavors. But these are nice and they keep well in the freezers, as you can see. Next in line, we have another cherry tomato, a black cherry tomato that is. So far, if all goes well, we should have a rainbow of colors on our plates in the next couple of weeks when eating tomatoes. Next, we have our first sweet pepper, or paprika as we call them over here, Parancia Elite, and according to the package they should change color from green to orange when ripening. So I'm quite looking forward to the taste of those. Next up, another essential, which are the carrots. This is the Amsterdam variety, and according to the package they come without a heart. So I'm quite curious about those. Next up we have another, but not quite another, cherry tomato, the mini yellow plum. And for those of you who were attentive in the last couple of minutes, you will readily remark that this variety of cherry tomatoes is already in the list, although be it from another package. Next up, a new variety for me, also bought in Germany last time we visited, and this is the Paprika Blocky Mix. I'll be honest with you, I was seduced by the purple colored peppers on the picture of the package. I like purple, I really do. More color seduction here again with these colorful Swiss chard, the Bright Lights Mangold variety, once again from Germany. And if these are going to look as good in the garden and on my plate as they do on this picture here, I'm going to eat a lot of them. Next up we have another German seed package, tomatoes, this time the Marmande variety. I mean, look at it. Who can resist such a beautiful seed package? Well, I surely can't. And I didn't have to buy them because I still had some left over in this package. But what can I say? These seed package marketing tricks work their magic well on me, I'm afraid. So next up we have another tomato, the Hartsfeuer, and despite its German name, the seeds package comes from Belgium. As this is the next one, the Hildaris tomato. Next up, another cherry tomato, a plain red one this time, followed by a bigger variety of tomatoes, the curd buff tomato, and this one is followed by the yellow pineapple tomato. Now, these I really look forward to, as I have grown them last year, but I didn't get to eat a single one of them, as none of these plants produced a single fruit. They were standing right in between my other tomato plants, which produced wonderfully, so I'm kind of confused as to why it happened and if I will be able to taste this special variety of pineapple tomatoes this year. Fingers crossed. Now, this is oxheart cabbage, and if you don't know this type of cabbage, it is really sweet, so I definitely recommend you try it. Next up, two seed packages from Germany again. The first is parsnip and the second is a white kohlrabi. Two wonderful tasty vegetables. Next up we have deep red carrots. I've never sown them before, so I'm quite curious about the color and the taste, of course. Next up we have one of my nemesis seeds, the salad green family. Last year I have sown so many varieties of salad greens in so many different ways I can't even remember them all. Alas, to no avail. We haven't had one single salad leaf from the garden to eat. So this year I am taking a different approach on these guys, which I will cover in one of my next vlogs, so make sure to subscribe if you want to hear all about my new way of sowing salad green seeds, with which I seem to have a much better outcome than the tried and tested methods from the past, which do not work for me at all. However, I gave it one last try with this one, romaine lettuce, so we'll see what the outcome will be. Next up, something to satisfy my sweet tooth, and that's a Gallia melon. Not easy to grow here, but we have had really long hot summers in the past couple of years, so we'll see if we can manage to grow these once again. These are really juicy and delicious. Next up, another member of the Nemesis pack, curly lettuce, also sown in the old-fashioned way once more. I should know better, but I'm not one to give up easily. What can I say? I just want sweet, soft, tasty lettuce on my plate out of my garden. Now, next up we have another sweet pepper, a plain red one. But what is special about this package is that I bought it at what you guys overseas would call a discount store. You could never believe what I paid for this package of seeds. 39 cents. Yes, you heard that correct. 39 cents for... I don't know how many seeds were in there, but wait a minute, I can count that. I planted 18 of them, and let's see how many are still left in the package. Let me count. "23 seeds left, so 18 plus 23 makes 41. That's 41 seeds for 39 cents. That's less than a cent a seed. Now, obviously, I don't know anything about the germination rate yet, but the expiry date on the package states August 2023. That's 28 months from now? Well, we'll see now, won't we? Next up, another one for my sweet tooth. I haven't had any luck with these so far, but I have a little stick behind the door this year concerning these. I think they're pineapple cherries, or how do you call these in English? Let's look it up quickly in my Baker Creek catalog. I'm quite sure that they will have them as well. Let's see. Alright, here on page 126, Cape gooseberries. No, that's not correct. These are Physalis peruviana. And my seed package states Physalis prunose, if I pronounce that correct. So that cannot be the same variety. Although they look very similar, but anyway, these are definitely from the same family, and though I don't know what Cape gooseberries taste like, I sure know what these taste like, and they have my stamp of approval every year. If only I would be able to get them to grow. Next up, another cheap 39-cent package, this time filled with carrot seeds. Only the future will tell if these cheap seeds turn out to be any good at all, so make sure to subscribe if you want to know it and how these will turn out. Now, a garden can never have enough tomatoes, so once again, another package of tomatoes, this time the moneymaker variety. What's in a name, right? Then we follow up with 3 cauliflower varieties, the first being an early one, followed by an all-season one, and to conclude this trio is one that I bought in Germany. When you say cauliflower, you also say broccoli. So this is once again a 39-cent seed package, this time filled up with broccoli seeds. Next up, time for more spiciness as we continue with the cayenne pepper. Once again seduced by this beautiful picture on this German seed package. Next up, we have our Russian red kale, a free seed package which I received with my last order from last year from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, followed by another Baker Creek seed package, the Georgia Southern Collards. And now the last spicy seed package for today is also a Spanish cayenne pepper, followed by 2 more kohlrabis, a white one and a purple one. And would it be summer without having a zucchini plant growing in the garden? And here's another typical summer vegetable, the eggplant, of which I don't really like the taste, but it's a good treat for the chickens. And last but not least, we have okra. I have never in my life eaten okra before, as I have never in my life been able to grow okra before. So this time around, I treated these seeds extra carefully, soaking them really well before sowing them. I hope it helps to get them to sprout, as I really look forward to be able to taste okra. It is not a vegetable that is sold here in the grocery store, so I hope I will be able to get them up and running this year. Well, that was all, folks. You have experienced an acquaintance with each and every one of the attendees of my first, but knowing myself, certainly not the last seeding frenzy party of the year. I hope you enjoyed and hopefully have found some inspiration along the way. Till next time.